Ladies and gents, how you doing? It's Pernell Bobby giving you a quick report for the Sagittarius New Moon, which is a solar eclipse. It is the last of a series, I believe, starting back December 2020, which means that the simplicity of this is karmic cycles are finally coming to a close, especially in a very powerful way. I'm talking karmic cycles from past lives, from your ancestral blueprint, and so much more, because the South Node is in Sagittarius. Okay, so you're going to be going right over that. I do know that right after all of the turmoil and the deep investigation, that all the Scorpio energy that has passed beyond Mars and Scorpio, that's kind of finishing up. Mars and Scorpio on this Sagittarius New Moon is basically saying to us, hey, look, all the last soldiers that didn't make it out of the dark, that didn't make it out of their karmic cycles, we're going to stay behind as the last the last hope, okay, the last line to get the rest of your karmic demons up out of there, okay? Especially the fact that it's going over the South Node. What this is saying is realize that you don't know it all, okay? Realize that being self-righteous and being above all of the trauma, being above the therapy, being above your speech, being above everyone else is really not where you want to capitalize on this Sagittarius New Moon, okay? What you want to do is lean more into that Gemini type energy where the North Node is before it finishes up, because in January 18th, next year, 2022, you're looking at the South Node going now into Scorpio, which I have some videos coming out on that, and then the North Node going into Taurus. So what that means is we're at the end of finishing the Gemini North Node, which is communicate, be adaptable, be willing to take in information from other people, especially your siblings in your local community, okay, all things Gemini. Be willing to take this information in and take different forms of transportation, okay? If you walk to work, drive. If you drive to work normally, take your bike. Try to switch it up, and that's going to put you on your path to meet these cosmic counterparts, okay, these different soulmates, not necessarily in the romantic sense, so that you can heal, overcome your karmic trauma. This is ultimately what this is about, and what it's saying as a part of the new moon and the solar eclipse to finish off this series of multiple eclipses before we go into the next series of eclipses in Taurus. All 2020, we had one glimpse of it. All 2022, in 2021, this year, we had the Taurus finishing up. So you had the glimpse, but 2022 is going to be a lot more Taurus, which is going to bring us stability. Before we get there, we want to use our vision. We want to use the strengths of Sagittarius, which is IC. Okay, December 4th, this solar eclipse, IC in Sagittarius is telling us, I see a better future. I see a better way, okay? I see the beliefs of minds, the ideologies of minds that just no longer fit me. I see the ways in which I was being self-righteous and even cynical, thinking that, you know, everybody has an ulterior motive. No, I see the truth, okay, that you collected and derived from Scorpio season, okay? All that shit you had to take up and take out through discovery and psychoanalyzation. Now it's time to be a little more abstract with those things, okay? And find a way to be optimistic, find a way to integrate this into your being, to become like the Sagittarius, half God, half man, half mortal, okay? Step more into that godhood. Sagittarius is the entry point into godhood, okay? So be a goddess. If you're a woman listening to this, be a god, and be whatever in between, depending on your sexuality. Quite frankly, that's on you, and I accept it all. So with that said, I would like to give you a quick rundown of Aries through Pisces. So there's one thing that I forgot to mention about Sagittarius energy, and it's about martial arts, okay? It's about physical activity. It's about like potentially having fun with sex, not always having to have to be so deep. I say this because Sagittarius has a tremendous amount of fiery energy and is really mutable. So if it doesn't have a focus point, we need to set goals. We need to set a vision board. We need to set a map. I'm doing a vision board map this weekend on the 4th of the new moon, and I'm only taking 8 people because I'm going to be using your astrology chart to help you mind map and create a vision and goals based off of your particular chart. So I feel like I can manage that with 8 people, no more. It's a donation-based workshop, so I want to see you there. Direct your energy. If you can do that, Sagittarius is God fire, okay? It's the last fire sign. It's the eldest, the most mature. It may not seem like that on the surface, but it's because it needs a focus. Without a focus, then it's just fucking chaotic energy. It's mutable fire, right? But when it has a focus and you put mutable fire all in one spot towards a goal, you are unstoppable. You will knock through anything. So all the excess energy you have, physical activity is going to help you to transmute that in the right way. See you soon. It's Pernell Bobby, helping you to improve how you respond to suffering, okay? All while leveraging astrology. So you should subscribe and like this, and check out my forecast for each and every sign. Okay, I'm gonna start with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what you can expect is that your body is pretty much gonna go through an entire transformation. Everything's brand new, everything's ripping up. Your entire identity is no longer yours, okay? Be willing to explore. You might be taking some long distance travels in order to discover yourself, all right? Capricorn, I'm gonna ask you to rest. You're going through a 12th house transit. And that 12th house transit is saying, look, if you take the rest, if you're willing to do so, you're actually gonna get some support. Because remember, Capricorn, when you are going through your phases of depression, only through surrender do you find spiritual enlightenment, and you're gonna know exactly what to do next. But I do believe that money's coming in for Capricorns. Now, next, and it's only gonna come if you take the rest, if you take the reclusion, okay, away from the public eye. Step out of the public eye, and then what happens in the shadows of your own subconscious mind will help. Aquarius, that puts you in the 11th house, and you can basically believe that your friends, they're probably supporting you more than you wanted to accept prior, okay? I know you want to, in your own ways, be so unique and eccentric that sometimes it requires you to just abandon your friends and your networks and connections and believe that no one is in the background helping you. And I'm talking friends of friends, people that you may not always see. 11th house is your hopes and your dreams, but the hopes and those dreams are being fueled by people that you're not always in contact with, okay? It's just through your networks, through your colleagues. So check in with your belief system and be willing to write anew. This entire thing is about writing a new story, okay? Now we move to Pisces. Pisces going through a 10th house. So right now I have a progressed Pisces. I'm a Scorpio rising, but I have a progressed Pisces, and like I can see how my career is taking an entirely brand new shift. Okay, you're going through a 10th house transit, so you're going to show up publicly as somebody who is praised, okay? If you can check in with your beliefs. So for me, it's like, what part of my career, what part of my public identity have I held on for too long that didn't allow me to shift? So for me, this is like really honoring that astrology is just my jam, all right? I had to let go of however many years ago being in exercise physiology. I had to let go of the old titles. I had to let go of being a graduate of blah, blah, blah. I had to let go of these old titles in order for me to let in the new shape of what astrology looks like for me. So you're gonna really be creating, being called to release karmic debt and drama so that you can let your new career and your new identity on public stage pull up. Now we're moving into Aries. So I am in Aries sun. Aries, we're going through a 9th house. So, you know, in an awkward sense, because it's the 9th house and that's the Sagittarius house, you're one of the stars of the show. I'm not just saying that because I am in Aries, but this means really, again, karmically, it's time to look back at what have you been holding on to. I would check your house to see where's the focus. So for me, my house, I was born in the 5th house stellium, okay? Sun, moon, and Mercury. So for me, romance is the thing, all right? What ideologies that I have about romance that I was forced to let go, and I had karmic relationships pull up on me that showed me, you know, I don't really want what I thought I wanted, okay? So that's how the 9th house could pull up for you. Beyond that, it could be taking in a new coach, taking in a new mentor, okay? Taking in somebody to help you to start your new journey, all right? Or you could be releasing mentors, okay? You could be saying, look, like these mentors do not fit me because X, Y, and Z ideologies don't match with who I'm becoming in the future. Taurus, 8th house, I would say look back around June and around that eclipse in Gemini, I believe, and around June, whatever investments you were making, okay, this should be coming to fruition. You have the chance to check in with your belief system and check in with, you know, what ways have you been dogmatic and what ways do you need what do you need to release karmically in order for you to maximize these investments that you made, okay? With the money that other people were giving you, how did you maximize that? How can you maximize that? What needs to change in order for it to happen? Gemini, 7th house, okay? What in your partnerships is, especially your one-on-one significant relationships, is just tired? What about them, again, did you discover through your karmic debt that has come up on you over these last couple months that you discovered in Scorpio season for a fact that you can look at more optimistically. So I want you to think of your not just your romantic relationships, but your romantic relationships. I want you to think about your platonic friendships, and I want you to think about how you do business and realize what about your belief systems were just tired and played out. So this is a good time to make money. This is a good time to, if you release certain things, to look at how can you be a little more shifty in your beliefs and let that birth something new, okay? Let that be how you now approach business, how you now approach your relationships. Cancer, you're going through a 6th house. So for me, and when I hear this, what this tells me is like, you know, you definitely have some beliefs around how you want your day-to-day to look, how you take care of your health. And it's more likely than not gonna say, to don't forget that you're psychic, okay? You're not over emotional like people want you to believe. You're psychic. But if you keep buying that narrative, if you keep buying that belief, you're gonna believe that to a point where you're gonna negatively impact your own health, okay? Your physical body by keeping emotions trapped in the body, okay? So where and what beliefs do you need to switch up? Where have you been too dogmatic? And also what I'll say is where have you allowed the emotions from the day-to-day to just overwhelm you, okay? The psychic energy that others are projecting onto you, and where have you been projecting that type of bullshit energy on other people as well? Because then that's where they're reflecting. That's why your karmic partners were pulling up on you. So if I were you, I would get really in tune with the moon cycles so that you can know, how to make your schedule for work, how to make your routines, and realize that, maybe on a Virgo moon is where you spend more time on your mental health, okay? And then on contrary, maybe you start your new projects on an Aries moon. So that could be how that plays out for you. Check in with that and remember that you're psychic. Leo, that means you're going through a 5th house, which is really amazing. I talked about this in one of my other videos recently about Leo and fixed signs and the moon, so you can check that out. 5th house, this means that it's time to create, baby. It's time to shine. It's time to be joyous. I know you've been in the dark, Leo, for Leo risings, Leo sun. I know you've been in the dark in your own ways because you've been looking for too much energy from other people. Don't forget that you're a fixed fire sign, and fixed fire feeds its own fire. When fixed fire needs to gain its fire and its joy and its excitement and its pleasure and its validation from outside of itself, then it's dependent in a way that is very toxic, in a way that makes you very dramatic. So check in with your beliefs on where you've been really over dramatic, because there's a good drama that comes as a result of you feeding your own fire, and then you're so expressive and you're so like royal and regal that, it bleeds out all of that queen and that king slay mode. It bleeds that out. That's just a result though. You don't go for that and then have to rely on other people to get it. Rely on your inner flame, check in what beliefs that you need to let go, how your karmic relationships have shown you this, and then you're gonna win. And then I got the last couple signs. Virgo, now pulling 4th house. I know I got a sister in Virgo. What I'll say is for you is really check in with any mess situations, okay? What beliefs do you have around your ancestors, your roots, your mom, okay, the home life that may be holding you back, okay? The one that comes to mind is enmeshed relationships. Check in with where in your relationships have you been enmeshed with your mom, okay? Entangled with your mother, or with what you consider home, okay? Which doesn't have to be mom. What you consider home, what home feels like for you. It's time to check in with your beliefs. So what does home feel like for you? What does feeling rooted and grounded, what does that mean for you? And what negatively impacts you and what positively impacts you, okay? To not overanalyze on what can you only improve, but recognize and accept that part of the improvement is to just accept what is already going well, all right? Which helps you understand what needs to switch up. Libra, sales. This is what I think about, okay? What beliefs do you have that's stopping you and holding you back from making the sales, okay? Where are you overanalyzing certain things and suffering from decision fatigue, okay? Even potentially with changing some beliefs up with your siblings, okay? And even in your local community, where are you sacrificing yourself way too much? And what beliefs have been revealed to you through karmic relationships and partnerships that it's time to go ahead and switch it up. And the last one right here for today is Scorpio, who's going through a second house, and we're talking money, baby. You're going to be getting new sources of income, and you're going to be literally thinking about what brings you pleasure, but in a harmonious way. Okay, you're stepping away from all that dark shit, especially with the South Node coming up in Scorpio, which means, again, you're stepping away from all the violence, you're stepping away from all the spirits and the demons and the negative energies around you, which is all the time. Like, you're stepping away from the shitty narrative of all that, and you're really starting to honor you know, the fact that you can have a stable life, you can create stability, and you don't have to always rely on other people's money. Okay, so this is very important for you, and what beliefs have kept you down, or yeah, what beliefs have like kept you from building and creating your own resources and feeling stable within yourself. So this is my interpretation, Pernell Bobby, helping you to improve your response to suffering, leveraging astrology. This is a quicker video. I wanted to get this out. What I'll say as well is make sure you do some physical activity. Okay, Sagittarius energy this whole season is really about martial arts and physical activity, and it helps you tremendously when you work that energy out of your body through physical activity. This also can be sex. Like, if you know, this might be a really good time to just, depending on who you and your partner, what situation you got working out, like, to just bang it out, you know, and let some steam off, because you can overthink about abstract ideas too much, and it can start to help you suffer. So here's how I'm helping you improve your response to suffering. Definitely thank you. Hit this like. See you soon.